It's your boy. It's your boy Dwayne on Blaze, guys. This video is by Jamari. Okay, new David updates, and they are confusing. Alright, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. This shit keeps getting crazier and crazier, man.
So at this point, it has been almost a month since the David situation began to unfold, where the body of a 14-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas Hernandez was
His girlfriend
was found dismembered in the back of his Tesla after it was abandoned blocks from his Airbnb that he was renting, and subsequently impounded in Los Angeles while he was on tour.
Where it was is kind of like a strategic area where there's only, see that road right there wraps around to the right and then it connects again to the main road. So there's not too many people that will walk by it. And these hedges on this house are so high that it really takes out people walking on the other side of the vehicle. So I don't know if it was actually done strategically, but if you're going to leave it somewhere, that's as good a place to leave it as any.
looks
And
like
despite
it.
him trying to completely ignore the situation at first, continuing his shows, his tour has now been cancelled, the singer
Yes.
has lawyered up, and David is now apparently in full cooperation with the authorities.
Good.
Investigators have not publicly linked David to the teen's death. Celeste's
How?
family says she had a boyfriend named David and several social media pictures linking them.
And since this all went down, people have posted countless videos, Discord messages, and TikTok and Instagram posts from David and even allegedly Celeste trying to piece together this whole story. And by most logic and reasoning, people think that it does not look good for David at all, but now recent reports might actually suggest otherwise. What we do know now is that Celeste was no stranger to running away from home, and she began doing so when she was only 12 years old. This footage is believed to capture the last time that she would do so. Obtained from the security camera of a nearby liquor store at 7 in the morning, you see her wearing a black hoodie with white sweatpants.
David was
How
living
do we
in
know
the
that's
Hollywood
her?
area, which is where she was found back in February, just a month before.
The owner of the liquor store would go on to describe her as a shy girl who got too caught up in the pitfalls of social media
Wait, how does he know her? She was 12 years old. How does he know her life? What the hell?
and the internet.
The liquor store
When
guy.
she missing first time, her sister coming here asked me, and we start looking at the camera to find out where she go and if we can find anything to get her back.
He says that she would come into his store on a weekly basis to purchase things like gum, soda, and candy. And I really think he makes a great point here that social media is now raising like this whole generation of kids despite what their parents try to do. It's like the influence at this point is just too strong. So
Nah,
to me it is
no such thing. No such thing. I refuse to believe
It's
that.
extremely easy to see how a kid could become enamored by the fame and status that someone like David has, especially if she came from what some might describe as a broken home. We also now know that this photo of David standing with
No, in any situation, social media or no social media, a man of age is not supposed to be with a minor in any situation. He should not be doing anything with her relationship-wise. Okay?
teenagers was taken less than 0.3 miles away from Celeste's home. There has also been quotes from people who claim to have run in the same circles as David in LA, claiming that they saw him and Celeste together at parties, and that they did present as boyfriend and girlfriend.
And there seems to be a consensus that people believed that David and Celeste were boyfriend-girlfriend.
People believe the evidence is out there. It's right there.
The claimants go on to say that they thought that she was a 19-year-old student going to school at USC, and the places they would be partying were intended for a more mature scene that would require someone to be at least 18 years old. Also claiming that she frequently wore a jacket with
She
her
looks
hood
like a baby, bro.
up, so it was hard to gauge her true age.
And when the news came out that she was only a 14-year-old child, they could not believe that because she also presented herself very maturely.
And that based on David's reserved, more shy demeanor, they never really thought anything of it. And law enforcement has also confirmed that she did have multiple fake IDs.
Oh,
And
wow.
they say she had numerous fake IDs.
And there had also been a lot of speculation online that she might have been pregnant. These rumors came about from screenshots from David's Discord where he says that he and some other user have a kid on the way. But this has been debunked by the medical examiner in the situation, as it has been proven that she was not and had not been pregnant in the last year.
At least.
We also know that her body was decomposing for at least a couple of weeks before it was eventually found. But the cause of death is still undetermined at this time due to the lack of a toxicology report. There has also been a video obtained that shows Celeste in a shouting match with a neighbor around a year ago.
You gonna let a woman talk? Alright, I'm not gonna let your woman talk. Ain't nobody black right here, homie. We're Southside.
Oh, so they're trying to say the neighbor finished her off and then put her in David's Tesla. Come on, bro. Let's be serious.
We're Southsiders here. Get it right, homegirl. Shut up with your black talking. You ain't gonna do shit. You better get over there. Get your ass over there, little girl.
This footage appears to be captured on a security doorbell camera, and it really just puts on display like the type of environment that she was living in at the time. Also, a kid named Damien has come forward and he claims to have dated Celeste in the past, and he spoke about their relationship and her life at home.
Her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at. We were at PE, and she told me, my friend, that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents.
I mean, this whole situation really is sick. Like, this kid is talking about being in PE together, and then within weeks, Celeste was running around the hills of Hollywood doing things that a kid has no business being involved in. The local police have also come forward to say that they were called 33 times in the last 3 years to Celeste's home, so we are kind of piecing together what her home life was really like and possibly why she was running away time and time again. I mean, you can even consider the GoFundMe that was initially started to help her family lay her to rest.
Started by who? Who's getting that money?
That has now been changed to simply donations to help her family, which a lot of people have found suspect as the funds have now reached almost $25,000.
Exactly.
David's manager, Josh Marshall, has also spoken out through a TikTok comment.
I love it's David behind the GoFundMe. That would be sick, bro.
Where he tries to debunk the idea that he knew anything about David and Celeste's potential relationship, as the woman in this video claimed that they all lived together for some time at the Airbnb that has now been totally investigated.
A family friend of Celeste Rivas Hernandez sent an email to Josh Marshall, who is David's manager and roommate, back in 2024, February 2024. And in the email was the missing persons report of Celeste and all of her information. And it said, we know Celeste is living with you guys. She needs to return home. 1 day later, Celeste returned home. And then a month after that, she went back to living with David and his roommate, Josh Marshall. So Josh Marshall was well aware of Celeste Rivas Hernandez's age and that she was a missing child. Missing persons private investigator Steve Fisher was just on a YouTube channel called Pop Crime TV with Lauren. You guys need to check out that episode. The interview is so good. He gives a lot of information. He talks all about the email and a lot of other stuff that I didn't know about. He also says that the silence from David and Interscope Records and his manager is deafening and not a good look. If you guys know of any other creators who are following this case closely, please tag them below so I can follow them as well, because I am really obsessed with this case and obsessed with getting justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
And he responded to that by saying, "This video is false and the person is misinformed. This is the only time I'll speak on the matter for now. This has been a tough time for my family as I am the father of 3 children. I receive no emails and I'm no one's roommate. I live full-time at home with my wife and kids. My daughter is 14 and this news is affecting so many lives. I never received any email, I had zero knowledge of anything, and I don't live in California. Also, I work remotely 95% of the time and my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients, including David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity, not me. This news is tragic for so many and for her family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. Let me remind people that a lot of this is speculation and alleged. Now keep in mind, this guy is well tapped into the music industry, spotting and representing the likes of Lil Mosey, Ruby Rose, and Smoke Perp. Now why this guy would choose some random, like not very viral TikTok to make this sort of comment, I do not know. But this is pretty much the only statement we have from anyone involved with David. Yes, the police did stop by his parents' house after getting a report of a gunshot, but that seemed unrelated and possibly like someone just lying and harassing his family. And I will also note here that I did watch this like short documentary that they did around to. They do not deserve to be harassed, like just based on seeing what his home life was like and hearing his parents talk about him. Legend that this whole thing has been very hard on his family. And they were even pictured at a pawn shop picking up an automatic rifle, so I'm guessing they have been receiving quite a bit of heat both online and possibly in real life. Now on David's end, he has hired a top team of lawyers who have represented the likes of Harvey Weinstein, as well as a top criminal defense attorney named Blair Burke, who has
the Harvey Weinstein criminal lawyer is very sus.
Worked for Lindsay Lohan, Weeknd, Kanye West, Mel Gibson, and Britney Spears. But for now, I would say that that's really all the updates. I did see countless reports that David was not being listed as a suspect, but these are really just clickbait, because at this time there are no public suspects, there's no one who's a public person of interest. And I want to make it very clear that David has not been cleared by the police by any stretch of the imagination. Now obviously I will continue to keep you guys updated on the situation, so y'all make sure you subscribe. I did also want to say real quick, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I know some of you have been leaving me comments talking about, oh, I miss the old Jamari, why haven't you been posting? And recently, and kind of like really this whole year, I have just been kind of getting myself right. So I am sorry for the lack of uploads, but I do think from here moving forward, I am going to go back to more of like my regular upload schedule, which should be at the very least like 10 to 15 uploads a month. So thank you guys for sticking with me.
Thank you.
But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman.
Okay, thank you, Jamari. We appreciate everything that you do for us on these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to David, yo, we just keep spectating. We just keep see what's unfolding. Like, we can't really put our mark on exactly what went down, but I'm pretty sure we have a good idea of what probably happened. Most of you probably do. Let's not even beat the bush here. But in the hands of the law, let's see how it unfolds and see how it plays out. I hope that justice is served for Celeste. I've said that every video, because this is one of the craziest stories I've ever come across in the music scene, especially of late. And yeah, I just want to see justice for Celeste. You know, may her family be left alone. May David's family be left alone, because I don't think that's right either, going for his family. His family seemed like nice people, and sometimes it's like there's just, you know, your family's made up of very nice, generous people, very caring people, and then you just get the black sheep who's completely different and is a murderous villain, which could be the case in this situation right here. So if you got any smoke, please direct it towards David. Do not direct it towards the family, as they had nothing to do with this, okay? Yeah, it's your boy Dwayne on Blaze. Like, comment, subscribe. Shout out Jamari. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Yes, sirski. Love y'all, man. Yeah.